Okay, guys. Hey, it is Market of the Moment, your real estate cheerleader, aka your favorite Dallas realtor. Welcome back, guys. I have not been consistent on these, so just love me and work through it with me. But every Monday, I want to jump on around 6 o'clock to give you an update on the DFW market. But you know how life is. Sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes, it's a holiday. So many things do pop up, but I do need to cut the excuses. So, anywho, let's jump into the reason you guys are here. So, giving you a little update on inflation. Inflation is cooling a bit this month. And then, of course, the PCE report came in lower than expected. And just remember that PCE is a big report that shows how much people are spending on things like food, clothes, gas, and like fun stuff, and how much those prices are rising. Which is kind of like, I won't say it's good news, but it is news when it comes to mortgage rates. The market isn't expecting another Fed hike, and we might see at least a cut, like one cut early next year. But remember, mortgage rates don't drop overnight, so you need to constantly be checking the 10-year the 10-year treasury. That will really be able to help you navigate where interest rates will go if you're into that. Now, if you're not into that, just join me every single Monday and we will talk about the DFW market. I'll kind of give you some national numbers, and then I do my best to kind of go granular and a little bit more local. So with that being said, that mortgage rates won't drop overnight. That is also based on like the economists, like what they're seeing, what they're feeling things are going to be like going into 2026. Okay, so and then that also leads to job data. So job data was a mix, and we just got a lot of reports in. Remember, I jump onto something that's called Real Estate IQ, which really truly helps me be able to get all the information that's going on in national and local and break it down so that it's digestible for you guys to be able to make informed decisions when it comes to real estate, because I help people confidently invest in themselves through real estate. And I want to make sure that, because real estate can feel so big. Sometimes people are like, can you simplify it? And I do my best to simplify it, but it is going to be something that you have to constantly be learning about. And then things become easier. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so job data did come in mixed. Big companies are adding jobs, which is beautiful, but small businesses, yeah, that's where they're laying off people. Small businesses are letting go of employees, which I'm sure you're like, okay, well, why does that matter to me? Well, 47% of people work for small businesses. So it is kind of a big deal. Also, when I was looking and hearing from the Real Estate IQ this afternoon, they were talking about how holiday spending was like out of control. I mean, Black Friday hit about $12 billion, which means that's like 10% more. Well, it was like 9.9% more spending this year than last year. But the true star of the show was buy now, pay later. So just be mindful that if you are buying things, usually holiday things are not necessarily what you need. It's just kind of what you want. Just know that can affect you when it comes to getting pre-approved. So just be mindful. Make sure that you're saving and you're spending on things that are like necessities and not necessarily things that you want. And I'm a big testament of like, okay, I'm not going to just work and not like reward myself, because who likes to reward themselves is me. Hello. But just be mindful that it can really, like if you're doing buy now, pay later, you're maxing out your credit cards, that is going to prevent you from being able to get pre-approved at the amount that you want to get pre-approved at. Now you can get pre-approved, but if you're approved at $100,000 and then you're expecting to buy a $500,000 home, let me just tell you this, your expectations are not right for the market that we're in, okay? And that also brings me to inventory is still tight. distressed sales are sitting at like 2% nationwide, which means foreclosures are not the magic solution. I know TikTok makes it seem like it is, but it's not. Okay, first time home buyers are starting to show up again, which is a good sign. Overall, market conditions and confidence is starting to go up. I do think, well, I don't think, I know. So when I'm talking to people who are like, hey, next year is my year to buy, Jake, y'all know every time I get on live, Jake decides he wants to ring the bell. He wants to use the restroom. Come here, baby. Say hi to everybody. Oh, Jake wants his time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's in his Christmas outfits, y'all. Okay. All right. Be a good boy. Mommy's going to finish. And then we'll go outside. Okay. Sorry, guys. He just kept ringing the bell. Okay. So overall, market conditions and confidence is starting to go up, but we do need some inventory. So people who have been sitting on their property, or maybe their expectations don't meet the market, I will say this: meet with someone who's going to give you realistic numbers, because no one wants their house to just be on the market. They want their house to actually sell so that they can take that money and do whatever they choose to do with it. If that's a 1031 exchange, if that's going to buy another property, if that's investing in a business, you do have that opportunity. So bottom line is, the market it's steady-ish. It's sensitive, and waiting on the feds is not necessarily the best move, because it's less about timing and it's more about being prepared. And when I say that, I'm saying, like, if you're thinking about buying, selling, you need a strategy. You know, what is the saying when you fail to, hold on. What is the saying, guys? I screw up quotes all the time. Okay, what is it? When you fail to prepare, you're preparing for failure. Someone help me out in the comments. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But basically, the time is now. So as the market is making people feel more comfortable, because I've heard from some of my buyers who have been like, oh, I want to buy, but the economy, I don't know where it's going. Who knows where the economy is going? So if you know and you're psychic, okay, great, but most of us don't know where the economy is going. So all we're doing is having faith. Also, let me speak to my sellers. Sellers, this is actually the best time to sell if you are realistic with your price. Does your price actually match the condition? And remember, it is a pricing war and it is a beauty contest. So we want to make sure that your house looks beautiful for the price that it's going for. And you don't want to miss the mark on price, because if you do, you will sit. That is just the reality of it, okay, guys? So as we are going into 2026, and I know so many people have on their bucket list, on their goals list, on their vision boards, on their bingo cards, all of the things that they're going to purchase a property, let's talk. Let's get you prepared. Let's get the strategy in place so that you can win in any market, okay? All right, well, you know what to do. If you are wanting to set up a strategy session with me, it will be in YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go into the description, click on it, and schedule a strategy session. If you're on TikTok, DM me strategy, and I'll send you a Calendly link. And if you're in Facebook, you can just comment strategy, and I will send you over my Calendly booking so that you can schedule that 15-minute consultation. It's free. Let's talk about your situation, your story, so that we can help you to where you want to be. And I kid you not, I've been having at least 4 strategy sessions a week. And to me, that's good. People are preparing. And I've actually got a surplus of buyers coming from Boston. So there's like some kind of Boston wave that's coming to Dallas. Also be mindful that 437 people move to Dallas a day. Dallas is booming, all right? So if you ever think that prices are going to go down, sweetheart, wake up. They're not. So for my sellers, if you want to wait for your price to go up, you can, but just know that we don't know when it'll cap out. So be mindful of that too. All right, guys, it's been my honor. Your favorite real estate cheerleader, aka your favorite Dallas realtor. I will see you next time, next Monday, 6 p.m. Come with questions. I like when you guys are asking questions, and I'm looking at TikTok, I'm looking at YouTube and Facebook. I'm here to answer the questions you guys have, because I think sometimes we make buying a house, selling a house more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, guys? Peace. Let's see.